What's good, worthwhile, is Chip Cashy here. Beautiful day in Melbourne. We're at the Royal Botanic Gardens, just hanging out. But I just want to do a quick little vid on some of the changes that I've gone through in a bit more detail. There's been a lot of different changes that have been happening since I quit smoking, which is the start of this whole process. It's just to get off the durries, get off the darts, save some money, get healthy. I guess there were a lot of unexpected changes that took place as a result of that initial change. A few pretty obvious ones that spring to mind is obviously the smoker's cough. Gone. You just used to, if you smoke, you're used to having a cough all the time. Smoker's cough is gone. You know, I've always been pretty good on the immune system, but I'm feeling even healthier now. Haven't been sick, touch wood, at all since I quit. Not that I used to get a lot of colds or anything, but always had a cough, always phlegmy, you know. That's just a result of smoking. And sneezing is another big one that's gone. So, you know, I think I used to get a lot of, when I did get sick, it was very sinusy. I used to get real sinusy sneezing heaps. I used to sneeze every day, at least, you know, probably at least 8 times a day, 10 times maybe, in little bursts of 2 or 3 sneezes. It's pretty much stopped. I reckon I've sneezed about 10 times in the last 6 months, or 5.5 months. But obviously a lot of congestion and a lot of bad stuff is not in my sinuses anymore, which, you know, makes sense. Without smoke going in there, all those toxins. Obviously my nose has been clear as well. So, you know, again, same with the cough and the sneezing. Just less phlegmy, less fluidy in that region. So you'd probably expect that, I guess, if you were to think about it before quitting, but that's definitely the case on all those 3 fronts. I think probably to flow on to that, like my sense of smell and probably taste as well has really come back strong. I think I mentioned it right at the start when I first quit. My sense of smell is just mad. So, like, you know, it is a blessing and a curse. Bad things smell worse, good things smell better. But I think I'm happier having a stronger sense of smell. It's definitely better. Another major one is just how warm I am now. So, like, I mean, it's a nice day today, but I started this at the start of May, so we went through winter. You know, I just haven't felt the cold this winter at all, and I think it's because I've been more active. I think my circulation has improved. Been out exercising in the cold, and as a result of that, I mean, I always used to walk around a lot, but I still felt the cold a lot. And when I'd be at home, I'd be fucking rugged up, hoodies, beanies, you know, jackets. But I just haven't been rugged up at all this winter. I've had like no sleeves a lot of the time. I guess the other major one from quitting smoking is having more money, not spending money on cancer sticks, coffin nails, whatever you want to call them. Loving the fact that I'm not spending my cash on those things anymore, especially because I always thought it was something I really had to do. But turns out I was wrong. I heard someone say the other day an old saying about a leopard can't change its spots. You know, well, you know what I say to that person? You're wrong. You're dead wrong. I was a leopard and I had some classic spots, but I changed that shit. And, you know, it might only be the first, 5-6 months, but I can tell you this is no fluke. It was a decision and hard work and dedication, and it's a change, a major change. So that saying is bullshit. It's for cynical people and people who just don't want to give people the chance. But yeah, so quitting smoking led to other things, as you know. I've talked about just fitness, getting fit, and diet changes as well. So I knew my appetite was going to come back, so I knew I had to start eating healthy. That was going to work well with wanting to get fit and exercising. it all just made sense, perfect sense, without even having to think about it too much. I'm just more energetic, so obviously I'm getting in the habit of being more active, exercising more. I'm just more up for doing more active stuff more often. I'm definitely getting stronger just from eating better and from working out, running, just doing body weight exercises and dumbbell exercises, really making a big difference. Definitely getting stronger. Something I'm doing a lot more of, and I'm doing at this very moment, is spending more time outside. It's spring now and it's going to be summer soon, which is standard outside time, but I've been outside pretty much all winter as well, and I'm just enjoying getting more fresh air instead of being cooped up in a dingy, smoky apartment. It's so much better being out here. I'm in a real nice spot right now in the Botanic Gardens, but I've just been out, in the outdoor parks, walking, running, and just getting more sun and more fresh air. It's so good. So it's just something I was really missing out on, especially because I work in an office. I walk to and from work, which is a luxury. Not everyone gets to do that, but it's just exhaust and buildings, But getting out into the real fresh air, that's where the active lifestyles really helped me change that. So it's been massive. The better eating habits are a big one. Eating proper meals, eating healthier meals, doing all sorts of different diets I've been trying out, and foods that I've been getting into that I never used to like or never used to try. That's been awesome fun, and I'll continue to be doing that, experimenting with that stuff. So I'm definitely less skinny. Put on about 9 kilos now. I went up to 70 from 60, dropped down a little bit just because I'm leaning out at the moment. And here's another one that was an interesting thing, is my skin. So I never had real bad acne as a teenager or anything, but I always had pimples, and that continued through into my 20s and my 30s, where I'm at now. My skin initially, it went pretty bad, like these regions under my eyes. I don't know, you probably see it in some of the vlogs, the early ones, where I was just pounding fucking pimples coming out of my face. And I think, I talked to some people about it who said, that's the toxins coming out of your body, that's, from all the smoking and whatever else. Over the years, the initial few weeks or months, I had some pretty serious pimples coming up out of here. Like, I use a face wash every day, a couple times, for just a standard chemist face wash, a couple times a day. And I was doing that before I quit, and I was doing it, after I quit. But oh man, I got a lot of pimples for the first probably month. But since then, it's really gotten better, and better than it ever was before I quit as well. I've cut a lot of junk food out of my diet. That's the cliche, they say chocolate and junk food gives you pimples. Well, it probably does. I'm sure that cliche comes from somewhere. But I think, just being off a lot of, I'm really off a lot of dairy and, definitely all the fried food and processed food and chocolate, I'm off. Skin's just got so much better. There's a few scars you can see that I've got from just some real gnarly ones that'll never go away. In general, I just can't feel them coming through, you know what I mean? A lot of them you wouldn't even see. I'd just feel it under my skin. I'd have to sort of wash them out over a few days, and then they just come in waves. And every now and then they break out, but it's gotten so much better. After quitting, the skin got better, and then after cutting out dairy and junk and carbs, it got even better again. Another change would be my sleep. I'm just sleeping more. I'm sleeping better quality sleep. I'm going to bed earlier. I'm getting up earlier. I've tracked, the sleep part that tracks on the Fitbit. It's interesting. Gives you a lot of data about, your kinds of sleep and the quality of your sleep and your patterns and all of that. It's quite interesting. I'm not going to crap on about it, but I'm definitely sleeping more and better quality, so really enjoying that and not relying on smoking weed to go to sleep, which was a big thing, For a lot of my life, it was like you had to have a little bit of bud so that you could like get to sleep easily. And I just don't have that problem anymore. I just fall asleep within 5 minutes, especially because I've been working out, just genuinely tired. So yeah, the last little set of changes which I want to talk about are these ones in here. So I'm definitely, in general, I'm just happier because I'm doing something new that I know is good for me. A lot of things that are good for me that I haven't done or focused on before. So I guess it's a combination of knowing that it's in my health's best interest and knowing that it's just something interesting because it's not something that I've done for years and years, which was, sitting around smoking, making music. I love that. I miss it in a lot of ways. I'm going to get back into the music, but this is just something different to focus on for once in my life. So that's keeping me interested. It's making me happy because it's just, you've got to stimulate your brain by doing things that are new. And I've done a lot of new things. I'm enjoying that. And I'm definitely less stressed and anxious because, I guess I used to use cigarettes to cope and weed to cope with stress, but it also created stress in its own way. Life is always going to be stressful. It's always going to be stressful, but if you can take some things out of your life that have a potential to add additional stress to stressful life that you're already in, I'd consider that. I considered it, made some changes. I'm definitely feeling better. I'm liking the soothing effect of exercising and eating well and healthy and sleeping well. I think that's outweighing the soothing effects of smoking because, like I said, they create their own stresses of money and feeling sick, chest pains, and being like stressed because you don't have weed and all that shit. It's all out the door, so I'm not getting any of the negative side effects of eating healthy food and exercising and getting a good sleep. I'm yet to find the downside to that. I'm feeling good about helping other people, not that I set out to do that, but still, like each week or so, or each video especially that I put out, someone who I didn't even know was even checking these videos is hitting me up and saying, Bigsy, Chip, Antone, I'm really, I'm appreciating XYZ out of your videos because I'm relating to it like this. Or, especially people who are part of the hip hop scene. I'm sure I don't have a lot of fitness people following my videos because that's not the world I'm from. I'm just getting into this world as an experiment and having some fun with it. But it's people that follow my YouTube channel because of my music and people that I know that are sort of more into the lifestyle that I've always lived of drinking and smoking and partying and just I guess living a life of indulgence, you might say, which is fine. I love it, but anyway, people are actually hitting me up and saying, hey, you know what, I'm doing my own little thing now, I'm trying this, I'm trying that, and your videos were part of the reason why I decided to make that move. So that makes me feel good too, because that I guess says there's a good reason for me to put these videos out. I'm not just trying to keep attention on myself because I'm not making tunes right now. I guess that's probably part of it subconsciously. I like to be, entertaining people in some way or another. It's actually helping people, go on their own little journey of changing up their thing. And, a number of people have said it's more relatable because of the fact that I'm from the same world that they're from. So, word to that. Anyone out there who's, hit me up, I really appreciate it. I've told you already. In person or directly. The last change, and a pretty major one, is an overall sort of one, which comes back to the mental side, but that's just I'm being more honest with myself, and that's really what's led to this. And I'm being more honest with other people as well. Not that I was ever, living a secret life or doing anything that people didn't really know that I was doing. It's just all maybe some of the psychological reasons behind my lifestyle, which I've changed. I'm just being more open about it, and yeah, particularly with myself and other people as well. So there's a lot of changes, and coming up towards 6 months. I want to jump the gun, but that's going to be a good milestone of being smoke-free and healthy. So yeah, stay with me. Chip Cash, it's the worthwhile. Peace out from the Botanic Gardens. Have a good day.